This is DX Central Live. 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 This is DX Central Live.
check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
With DX Central. Follow us on Twitter at DX Central.
From the Gulf South
to your corner of the world.
This is DX Central Live.
Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
It's DX Central Live from the Mandeville North Shore Studios. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday evening to you as we get ready to enjoy another evening of AMDX with our eye on the FM side, too. starting to see some tropo starting to kind of get underway. FM season is pretty much here. We're getting close to being here, right? I think along the East Coast, they've had a couple openings. Here in the Gulf South, we've had maybe a little bit here and there. But right now, it's all about the AM DX, medium wave, AM, old school AM radio, and the DX that we find ourselves in there. And Bill says, happy spring. You're absolutely right. We're out of winter now, officially, right? The last day of winter is gone. And so that means we are now into meteorological spring. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to DX Central Live. It was a fun week, right? 540 is a lot tougher of a frequency than I kind of thought it would be. And so I had a chance to get a couple things. I did add the station down in Nicaragua that I'd been chasing, so that was nice. There was a little bit of a break right on the top of the hour one morning on when XEWA down in Mexico kind of had a little bit of a quiet period in between some songs, or like a quiet part in a song. Heard the Nicaraguan, finally had some audio down there besides just the strong hits, so was able to add them to the logbook, which is nice. Don't forget as well, we'll be looking at 540 again here in a few moments. Don't forget, DX Central is our YouTube channel here. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think of how we're doing. As I mentioned before, we got some videos working on, and I just got in today. This little block of styrofoam is what held the ferrite rods that came from the Ukraine. I ordered them a couple days before the invasion started. They made it from Odessa to Kiev the day before the invasion started. And I just kind of said, you know what? I'm probably not going to get them. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Let them have the money. They need it a lot more than I do right now. But it still made it in. So we'll be doing a ferrite sleeve loop antenna this summer. Be working on that project. So we'll be working on a video with that. Our adventures with the ferrite sleeve. Going to take it down to the coast, try to get down to Latin America, see what's there. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel here. That way you'll be notified and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when the videos drop. You can also keep eye on our Twitter feed, twitter.com/DXCentral. We try to post there as well to let you know when we're going to be doing new videos, live streams, all that kind of stuff. Our DX exploits, especially this summer with FM DX, I'll be doing a lot of posting there of what we're hearing and things along those lines. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. And also don't forget to check out the website, dxcentralonline.com. Just renewed the website domain last week. So we're good for another year. And you can find a lot of information there about DX. If you're newer to DX or wanting some tips or tricks for DX, we have a glossary of commonly used terminology. If you're hearing us say things that you're like, what does that mean? Our glossary is a great resource for you. There's an abbreviation list. We do band scans when we do travels to different cities. I try to do band scans of those cities and let you know what can be expected to be heard with just some basic equipment. So make sure you check out the website again. It's dxcentralonline.com. So we'll be diving back into 540 here in a few moments. I switched my north-south antenna back to the north. So we're going to try that out a little bit and see if we can get rid of Mexico down to our south and see what we hear up to the north. And also here at the top of the next hour at 9 o'clock Central Time, we'll be announcing our new frequency of the week. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. I did have a monitor go out this week, so I only have two screens. One where I'm doing my streaming software, which is this one right here I'm pointing to. And then this one over here is where all my other stuff is going to be. So that means tonight, no third screen. I just ordered a new replacement, but the old one kind of went out. And there you go. So that's kind of where we're at. So just one screen tonight. We'll be running here off of the Perseus. We will swap in the Elad FDMS3 that has our other two CAS antennas on there, but primarily we'll be working here off of the Perseus with the vactrol controlled CAS right now, which is in the northern configuration at 330 degrees. I'll update that here in a second on the top up there. And also, let me pop this in here. Yep, we'll just pop in the Elad FDMS3 to make it easier here, since we only have the two screens tonight. And then, yeah, so there you go. Going to be a nice night of DX. Again, we'll be announcing our new frequency of the week here at the top of the hour. And, of course, before we dive in here, it's important for us to remind you that this hour of live AM DX is brought to you by the good folks At the International Radio Club of America, ircaonline.org is your website you want to go to for more information about becoming a member, getting the DX Monitor Bulletin, and so forth. So make sure you check it out, ircaonline.org, if you're not already a member. But we're now within 5 minutes of the top of the hour. You know what that means, my friends. We're going red. That's the top of the hour alert. So we can see what we can hear. We got, let me dial in this vactrol here. See if I can get this Perseus up and running. There we go. All right, we're going to get the vactrol dialed in here so we can see if we can... ooh, that doesn't look good. Something tells me... I know what's up. I need to go outside and swap those boxes around. Give me a moment. I got to swap the boxes around here on this CAS. So let me go over to Elad, and we're going to throw this northwest and see what we hear over here. All right, let's see if that fixed it here. Let me mute this guy, go back to the Jaguar. And oh yeah, look at all those. Now we got a full run here. All right, perfect.
But again, I go back to the women athletes. Where the hell are you protecting the other women? Where the hell did you go, feminine?
More than likely we got Monroe here, but we'll see.
Really good night's sleep for a long time. And it's not just pillows anymore. He keeps expanding into amazing new products. He went with sheets, and they're amazing. If you've never touched even sheets, you just try those. Now he's got something else. Towels. Yes, you all have helped build My Pillow into an incredible company. And Mike's latest offer is his
As usual, if you heard something new this week, new logging, new state, new country, let us know in the chat. We'll celebrate that here after the top of the hour. Make sure we get a good round of applause and the unpoppable balloons in there. Also, if you have a frequency you want us to check out tonight, make sure you let us know in the chat as well. We've got some good convo going on as usual. So be sure to join us down in the chat right now while we're doing a little DX. Bill, that's one I was chasing so hard, I just never made it work.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for them. And there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kit carry. Looks like Dad has the bag. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag.
All right, Troy, we'll get you the celebration here in a bit for getting CBK up in Canada. Look at that. Up in Saskatchewan. That's a province I still need here.
But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was on the bed.
Hey, Charles, welcome. Look at that Terminator here, that gray line Terminator. Straight up and down, y'all. There is stuff happening right now that you'll never hear again, sunrise, sunset, all year. Love that straight up and down Terminator like that. We still have a weak hit here from the offset down here from Nicaragua, and I have that southern side nulled out with the vactrol, so that tells you how strong they are here in Louisiana. I could probably get rid of them entirely. There we go.
Went on to say Justice Thomas's symptoms are abating and he expects to be released from the hospital within a day or two. The justices are set to hear oral arguments on Monday, but the court indicated Thomas would not take part remotely, but would rather participate in a consideration and discussion through court records and audio of the argument.
Yep, so the only thing we heard here on this top of the hour was KMLB up in Monroe.
Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. If confirmed, she would be the first black woman to sit on the high court. America is listed at Fox News. Jason in the house, the Jason Chaffetz podcast. There is always someone.
And that's who this is right here, is KMLB.
Dive deeper than the headlines and the party lines as I take on American life, politics, and entertainment. Join me, Jason Chaffetz, every Wednesday as I shed light on the news and make some predictions along the way. You never know who will drop in. Subscribe now on foxnewspodcast.com or wherever
It's
you
just so
download
weird
podcasts.
not looking up. But I did upgrade. This was a 27-inch. Upgraded to a 32. Ooh.
Standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcast.
Very excited about that coming in.
And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app, so Voices America trusts. Download it now.
The court has ruled that the Biden administration can resume drilling for oil and gas on federal lands. Fox's David Spot with the latest. Still really a lot of pain at the pumps, especially out west in states like California.
We do have a, sounds like a gospel station in there as well.
This morning, according to AAA, is $4.
My guess is that's going to be Alabama.
The White House
Daphne.
will now resume plans to drill on federal lands, and it's happening following a court ruling that restored the ability to factor global warming into decision-making. Now, last month, a federal judge in Louisiana blocked the Biden administration from using the social cost of carbon to include in that math to factor risks of climate change into decision-making on permits. But now, the White House can use it. Gas prices in California tend to trend higher than other states because of taxes and regulations. Concern is growing over a new COVID-19 variant.
The BA2 variant is said to now be responsible for about a quarter of positive cases in the U.S. On Fox News Sunday, Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy says there are more tools than ever before to fight it.
Our focus should be on preparation, not on panic. And if we get people these tools, vaccines, boosters, treatments, then we can actually get through waves that may come and go.
Dr. Murthy says what is concerning to him is that as cases decline overall, less funding will go towards maintaining defenses against COVID. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The Batman keeping a tight grip in the #1 spot at the box office. The movie debuting Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight earned nearly $37 million more over the weekend, putting it past projections of $300 million for its 3-week run. Jujutsu Kaisen and Uncharted, the numbers 2 and 3. I'm Joe Chino, Fox News.
I heard that one time, Rick, when I was in Brasstown. And any of you that heard WRGC in Silva, North Carolina, that was my old station I used to work at. And they were on 680. They were on a different frequency back then. But WRGC here in Silva, North Carolina was my old station I did the middays on 10 to 3, and also as a news director at WRGC. Jackson County Radio, 680 WRGC.
Learn more at autismpeace.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hello, everyone. I'm meteorologist Don Wheeler. Stormy weather is headed our way. A potent spring storm system will trigger numerous showers and thunderstorms, some possibly severe, late Monday night and Tuesday, as well as heavy rainfall. Tonight, mostly clear, low 46. Monday, increasing clouds, high 77. A 70% chance for showers and thunderstorms Monday night, low of 60.
Don't miss American Ground Radio every weeknight at 8:06 right here on KMLB.
There they are.
You're listening to me, Ben Ferguson, right here on KMLB.
We'll go ahead and throw the link here
From Premier Networks, live across America, this is the Ben Ferguson Show.
for this week's Google form for the 540. So if you have not yet submitted your 540 logs, you still got time.
Say to all the feminists out there, you are getting played right now by the NCAA. You're getting played
There you
by
go.
men, and I am laughing in your face. Now, if you've been following the controversy over the trans athlete that won the
All right, so I think we've got KMLB here on 540 on the North Wire. Let's see, there we go. Let's see if we have anything coming in off the Northeast wire here. Well, that was the Northeast. What happened to my Northwest wire? Looks like that one is needing some attention. I had to go out today and cut the grass, so I don't know if I connected that back up again or not. I don't remember. But the Northwest wire needs some attention, so I'll be looking at that here in a bit. This is the Northeast wire. You hear that gospel station a bit louder here now. That tells me that's probably Mobile. Daphne, Mobile. Yeah, Bill, we're definitely keeping an eye on that one. We were supposed to have one, I guess it was Friday? I think it was Friday or maybe Thursday. One of those, I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Friday. It was supposed to be real nasty. We had a tornado warning. We had a high tornado probability. Here we were in the enhanced box. Nothing came through, here at least, in Mandeville, but we did have some stuff around us. So there you go. All right, let's do this. So we'll keep an eye on that one. We'll be unplugging the vactrol boxes and all that kind of usual stuff that we normally do whenever things go south, conditions-wise, and the lighting comes in and everything else. We have to do some disconnecting on everything. So keep everything nice and safe. All right, so let's do a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get out of the top of the hour mode here, and we're going to do some more checking on 540. It's pretty much KMLB Monroe here for me, and possibly WASG here in Daphne, Alabama. Those are the two that we're kind of getting the most of right now here on the North Wire on the CAS. We're also going to do some checks of some other frequencies as well. And then, of course, at the top of the hour, announce our new frequency for the week. So stay tuned, my friends. More DX Central Live coming up right after this.
DX Central, because we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central. DX Central Live is brought to you in part by...
From the pages of its DX Monitor member bulletin, members of the International Radio Club of America share their domestic and international AMDX loggings. In its Mexican log, a wealth of information can be found of stations from south of the border. Technical guides, sunrise, sunset maps, and more make the IRCA a must-join for any AMDXer.
For more information, log on to ircaonline.org. That's ircaonline.org. While the HF bands can be filled with entertaining and intriguing transmissions, how do you know when and where to look? Let Teague Publishing's Global Radio Guide lead the way. In addition to its exhaustive list of time and frequency for international broadcasters, radio hobby icon Gail Van Horn brings you equipment reviews, an SDR buyer's guide, feature articles, and more. Pick up your copy today. Visit teaguepublishing.com for more information. That's teaguepublishing.com. Since 1933, the National Radio Club has been serving AMDXers while providing some of the most in-depth information in the hobby. From the annual NRC AM log, a must-have reference for domestic station information, to antenna design reference manuals, and of course, the DX News Member Bulletin, which is filled with station information updates, domestic and international loggings, and a whole lot more. Become a member today. For more information, log on to nationalradioclub.org. That's nationalradioclub.org.
Through crashes of static in quiet hours, we listen. In languages we can scarcely understand, and of places we have only visited in our dreams, we listen. Incessantly, we perfect our array of aerials, receivers, and resources. We refine our skills and our techniques so that we might listen. We are DX Central, and we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central.
Keep up with DX Central. Follow us on Twitter at DX Central.
From the DX Central North Shore Studios, this is DXC Live. Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
It's DX Central Live right here from the Mandeville North Shore Studios. Every Sunday night here on YouTube. At least until May 1st. And then we'll be taking a little break for the summer months. Getting ready to gear up for FMDX season and eSkip season. I cannot wait. And again, if I figure out a way, we talked about this a little bit in the stream, right? In the chat, rather, in a couple of weeks here, because it's tough to do a live stream of FMDX because while copyright strikes or copyright hits can come on any music, when I got my only one that was like, normally they're copyright claims, and that basically means, hey, if you were to make any money off of this live stream that you did or this video that you have here, it's not going to go to you. It's going to go to people who have the copyright here on the songs, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, whatever. But during FM season last year, I did a live stream, and I got a copyright strike, which basically is a strike against your YouTube channel that says, if you keep this up, buddy, we're going to take you down. And so I really need to be careful because I guess it's because it's more popular, like current music, maybe. And they're like super strict on that because I don't want you like just setting up a stream of music. I don't know, whatever. I've tried reaching out to YouTube to explain that's not what we do here. It's a whole nother thing. No one ever responded. I don't know. I don't know. So in that regard, I'm trying to be super duper careful. I don't want to lose all of DX Central just because Lloyd wants to do a live FMDX web stream. So I'm looking into alternatives that we can do. Maybe if there is an eSkip opening and we're doing some DX, I want to be able to live stream that. I'm trying to find a platform where they're not going to like shut me down because they think I'm trying to do, restream copywritten music and stuff, which I get, but again, that's not what we're doing. The music's not why you're tuning in, right? So we'll keep looking for that. If nothing else, I don't know. Maybe we'll do something. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out. But we're going to take a break on the AMDX side for a couple months and then gear up for season 3, which will start sometime in probably September is my thinking right now. That's what I'm targeting, so we'll see. So let's get back to our live AMDX. We're on 540 right now, and it's pretty much 2 stations that we got here. We've got, well, actually 3. On these northern wires, I've got KMLB in Monroe, Louisiana. That's the dominant one that we have going on right now on our Perseus with the Jaguar software here, the big spike you see in the middle at 540.0010. We also have a weaker station that's probably our gospel station. It's a daytime, I think maybe it's not daytime only, in Daphne, Alabama. And then we have, to our south, we have XEWA in Mexico, in San Luis Potosi. And they were kind of dominant most of the week. We also did get the Nicaraguan on 540 here, YNOW Radio Corporacion. We were able to suss them out a little audio from their offset at 539.86, I think is their offset. Was able to suss out some audio this week to confirm against their live stream. So there we go. We got those 4 stations this week on 540. So I put the link up a few minutes ago in the chat so you guys can still submit your loggings up until the top of the hour at 0200 UTC. So just under 45 minutes left if you want to submit some loggings. We're also going to be announcing our new frequency for the week so that you guys can see that as well. If you have a frequency you want us to check out, please let us know so we can make sure we tune over towards that. If you're doing some DXing alongside with us and you want us to see if we're hearing the same thing you are, let us know. We do want to celebrate. I think some of you guys probably got some new ones. I know we got the new one here this week in Nicaragua. Troy mentioned he got a new one this week on 540 as well. What was that one, Troy, that you said you got this week? Let me scroll back up in the chat here. Troy got CBK, Saskatchewan. I'm jealous. That was the whole point of me targeting 540 this week, was to knuckle down and give myself an opportunity to pull him in. I never heard him. So, hey, for Troy getting CBK, for us getting Nicaragua, and for any of you else, any of the folks out there who got a new one this week in your logbook, it's time to celebrate. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Oh, love being able to celebrate new ones in the logbook. It's always fun to do. Always nice to do. You know, I had such a kind of slim pickings this week on 540, just because it was just those 4 stations, or really 3, that I actually did some looking on 900, which I hadn't done in a while. I only had 2 stations on 900. I had the station in Mexico, and then I think the other station was, who was it? That I had Mexico City and Pecan Grove, Texas, KREH. Those are only 2 stations I had on 900. So I did some sitting. I just looked at a couple of recordings that I had made. I think it was around 0100 around 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was right around 1 o'clock in the morning I did. And in one sitting at 1 o'clock in the morning, I logged 4 new ones. I got Harrison, Arkansas, KHOZ. Got a nice ID out of them. I'll put an air check up for that. We did hear a little bit from Radio Progresso on 900, which I hadn't heard since we were in Charleston. WATV in Birmingham, Alabama, made some appearances, some nice ones in the mix, and got an ID from them for the air checks. And WJTH Calhoun, Georgia. Those all came up and made their IDs heard within the span of, what is this, about 10 minutes. In the span of 2 minutes, I heard 3 of those. 0115 was Birmingham, 0116 was Calhoun, 0117 was Arkansas, and then we got Cuba that faded up around 26 after. So 4 new ones in the span of basically 2 minutes, with a little extra there for the Cuban. So that made it really, really fun to be able to add 4 new ones to the log. That puts us now at 448 stations logged since October 1st here. So basically a little over 6 months, we've logged 448 stations. I'm trying to get to 500 before we close out the DX season here this summer. I will be continuing I know some folks close out DX season like spring. I keep mine going through the summer because there's some great stuff to be heard in the summertime. So I'll keep that going up until then. I'd like to hit 500. If I don't, then we'll make that a goal for ourselves in 2022 season here coming up, the next one. But yeah, 4 stations on 900, brand new for us, which was nice. Nice to be able to get that here. Rick mentions he's got 10 stations on 900. Very cool. Bill also is in the only 2 on 900 kilohertz situation that I was in, but he also has a local on 910 that kind of makes it tough. I totally get that. Me and like 880, 860 here in Louisiana and New Orleans area, it's kind of tough. So let's see what we got here on the band. So we know with 540 where we're at. Let's take a look at somewhere. Let's go to 900. Why not? Let's just check it out, see what we got going on. So tune your radios to 900. Let's see what you're hearing as well. Oh, we've got Spanish. That means we probably got Mexico coming through here. And Bill, I know you're like, dang it, I told you I only have these 2 because of the... How do I get... There we go. Because you got your local on 910, but let's what the heck? I don't want you to load the feed. Stop. See, this is why I don't like having just 2 monitors. Because you see all that other stuff. All right, so let's dial in our vactrol a bit. So I'm guessing this is Mexico. But I'm going to get rid of them. I try to. There's a couple of other stations here on 900 that I'd like to be able to pull in. That I think I can. This GOK here in Mobile, surprisingly, I have not pulled them in yet. I think I can. OZK in Ozark, that's one I think I can pull in. MOP in Ocala. I think those 3 are ones that I easily should be able to get. And then KPYN in Atlanta, Texas. I think that's another one that I should have a shot at. The country music we hear is probably KHOZ. If I had to guess, because they are classic country. The original 94.9 Boots Country. And that's Boots with the Z. I like to usually could do a zoom out here in Jaguar, looking for any offsets off to the side. You're normally going to hear them if they're super off to the side, hear them as a low het, but I still like to look just in case. There's a weak one here at 0364.
don't see anything reported on that. Nothing I see, at least, at 900.036.04, somewhere in there. There's KHOZ. Yep. As I figured. Harrison, Arkansas making an appearance. Keegan, you probably got these guys coming in really well right now, right? Evening, Mike. Evening, UB. Appreciate you guys stopping in. So that's the country music station that we have in here is KHOZ in Harrison, Arkansas. I'll go up here and make sure I update my thingy here to show. We're not at 150. We're at 330 right now. Looking north. Mike's on the Pacific Coast. Get that man some FSLs and stout antennas and give you a shot at something down in the South Pacific, man. I did that when I was in Outer Banks, Mike. I did the exact same thing. Let's see if I can find the pictures for those of you who might not have seen. Dig back a bit here. Oh, I do post a lot of stuff on Twitter, don't I? The ATV, Birmingham.
Nice, Mike, with the 9 kilohertz waterfall. That makes it so much easier to be able to kind of spot those openings. See if you have anything transoceanic without having to like dive into it. All right. I found some photos here. So here we have, this is Seaside, Outer Banks. That's the W6 LVP loop. I had it sitting there, and when the tide came in, it actually got really, really close. It was kind of over top in the little feet there of the setup. I thought I'd put more pictures up. This was the CAS antenna. This was the end. Actually, no, that was the middle of the CAS. You see where it kind of ended here. There was the ocean. And this was one of, I had 2 CASs. I'm sorry, no, it ends right here. Oh, I can see the post right there. So that's where it ended, right along this little fence line right here. So again, when the sea came in, which one night we had a storm come through, and Outer Bank storms are, woo-hoo-hoo. And it was actually, the amplifier was over water, which was awesome. And that was on, when it was still a CAS, or DCAS rather. That's what you can see there from the setup as the water was closing in. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. I love Beachside DX. It's one of my favorites. So good luck to you, man, down there on the Pacific coast. That's one I want to do. I mean, I've done the Lake Forest stuff with the loop in the hotel room, but I want to have it on the beach, sitting there doing some stuff. It's hard when I do my little work trips, so I'm going to have to do a personal trip out to the Pacific coastline and take my W6 LVP loop, maybe my new FSL once I get it built, and do some stuff down there. UB asked if we're going to be doing anything live streaming of eSkip during FM season. Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head. The copyright's the hard part. I got a copyright strike, not a claim, strike last year, which was my first warning. Next one, they may try to start putting some censures on my channel, which I just can't do. So if you find a platform that will allow us to do a live FMDX stream without nailing us on copyright, please let me know, as I would love to be able to do something. Mike, yeah, we'll have to do a DXpedition somewhere nice and west and south. Or west and north, get into Asia. I did love Seattle when I went a couple years ago. Love that town. Drove up to Vancouver. Nice little 3-hour jaunt up to Vancouver. Beautiful up there. I have always wanted to go to Alaska. So go up there and see, get a taste of what Paul's doing up there. Yeah, Keegan, I have to be very, I try to just keep it down to just the
the air check when I'm doing FM stuff. I try not to include any music at all. I do it on AM too, but especially I'm very, very careful on FM. But you know, it's tough with a live stream. I'd be constantly doing this, you know, pausing it, muting it during songs, checking to see if the song's still on, and even doing that, you can still get hit if there's anything that they can grab a hold of. Those automated bots can grab a hold of that says that's that song. Man, you'll get knocked. You'll be knocked hard. Oh, you bring up a really great point. Thank you, Rick, for reminding me. Up here in the top right-hand corner, you'll see above our DX Central Live logo here, dxer.ca/blab. That's our good friend, Colin Newell up in British Columbia. Really, really good friend of the channel. Love that guy. He is an amazing DXer. He does a lot of great things for DX. Some of that you guys know about, some of you don't. Probably, but fantastic DXer, and he has a great website, dxer.ca. Go check it out. I know he's famous for building like vactrols and things like that, which I think he's got on pause right now. But dxer.ca/blab, that's a chat room basically for AMDX. So whether you're here in the live chat with us right now here on the live stream, or you're doing your own DX later on, dxer.ca/blab. That is where you want to go to make sure that you can share what you're hearing with others. If a station's on when they shouldn't be, or maybe they're up higher power than you think they probably should be, or you suspect they may be high power when they shouldn't be, things like that. You know, that's where you can share that, as well as some of like the Facebook groups and things like that. But this is a fantastic resource, and I try to, whenever I'm doing live DX, I try to plug into that. I haven't done a lot of live DX lately, because I've just been doing recording reviews. But when I do live DX, I try to pop in there in the chat room, say hey to everybody, share what I'm hearing. So make sure you do. And we appreciate you supporting Colin, because Colin is a fantastic dude. Alan, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? I mean, sitting out there in those temperatures. Oh, I said it like that. And DXing old school. I've tried to talk him into an SDR and having everything remote, but I know the cold kind of gets to all that kind of gear and everything, so he has to be a bit more careful. And I mean, can't really argue his success in the results, because he's getting such great stuff with his Seacrane Skywave and his FSL. I'm not going to try to tell the guy to change up his setup now when he's getting the results that he has. So I'm seeing at least 5 traces on the waterfall here. Yeah, Tom. Sure, he's enjoying the game right now. I think, did he get some stuff in this week? I don't see that he did. No log submitted this week from Tom. So he must be in a tournament mode, full on right now. A bit of a lower week this week as far as volume of logs, which I kind of understand with, 540 being a tough gig. I mean, that's why I'm not sitting on it now, because every time I went there, it was the same 3 stations. One time I got lucky and got Nicaragua. But it's either Alabama, Louisiana Monroe, or Mexico on 540. So we're trying something a little bit different here on 900. We've got a country station, which I do believe is KHOZ still. We've got also heard here Birmingham WATV. Heard them tonight. And I think that's who we're hearing right now.
We do hear Mexico underneath them as well. So we got 3 stations here right now. Definitely make sure if you have an SDR that you get your recording scheduled up for tonight. Well, tonight's already kind of passed, but for the morning, and it's probably tomorrow night, still pretty good. This is a fantastic time of the year. You're going to hear stuff, again, at the equinox that you don't hear any other time of the year. That's straight up and down on the Terminator, on the gray line, does some really crazy things. It gets you stuff that you don't normally get to hear. So definitely make sure you set up some sunrise recordings for the morning, and maybe do a couple sunsets for the next couple days this week, at least, and you'll be amazed at what you hear. I've been looking forward to this spring equinox all year. If you're a ham radio operator, check out 17 and 15 meters. That's my little tip for you. Spring equinox on those 2 bands, you are going to love it. Still hearing KHOZ in there. we have a vote for 900 to be our frequency of the week. I think most everybody's going to have, in the East Coast at least, CHML up in Toronto, which surprisingly has not made its way down here to Louisiana yet. When I look at just how much is out there that I haven't heard yet, whew. Speaking of this coming week's frequency, if you have a guess of what you think we're going to do, be sure to drop it in the chat. Always love seeing the guesses. It also, just as a little, little tip, it gives me ideas for future weeks of what you guys are looking for, maybe. So let me know in the chat what you think we might be doing this week for our frequency of the week. And it will not be 900, by the way. Just checking to see if we have anything here on our transatlantic, transoceanic stuff. Got a vote for 1600. Arkansas ID, nice. We did 1490 and we did 1230, Rick. Those are the 2 graveyards we've done so far. All of those graveyards are still in my my viewpoint here, though. It wasn't 1230, it was 1240, sorry. 1240 and 1490. Those are the 2 that we did. 1230 is a local. But I have been able to get rid of them with phasing. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be getting close to the top of the hour, and we're going to announce our new frequency of the week. So again, drop your guesses in here for what you think we'll be doing this week for our frequency of the week for week 18. I can't believe it. Week 18. So yeah, we'll be right back here on DX Central Live. We'll announce a new frequency for the week. We'll go check that out, see what we might have here on the top of the hour, and do a top of the hour alert here. Right on DX Central Live. Stay tuned.
DX Central, because we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central. DX Central Live is brought to you in part by...
Since 1933, the National Radio Club has been serving AMDXers while providing some of the most in-depth information in the hobby. From the annual NRC AM log, a must-have reference for domestic station information, to antenna design reference manuals, and of course, the DX News Member Bulletin, which is filled with station information updates, domestic and international loggings, and a whole lot more. Become a member today. For more information, log on to nationalradioclub.org. That's nationalradioclub.org. While the HF bands can be filled with entertaining and intriguing transmissions, how do you know when and where to look? Let Teak Publishing's Global Radio Guide lead the way. In addition to its exhaustive list of time and frequency for international broadcasters, radio hobby icon Gail Van Horn brings you equipment reviews, an SDR buyer's guide, feature articles, and more. Pick up your copy today. Visit teakpublishing.com for more information. That's teakpublishing.com. From the pages of its DX Monitor Member Bulletin, members of the International Radio Club of America share their domestic and international AMDX loggings. In its Mexican log, a wealth of information can be found of stations from south of the border. Technical guides, sunrise, sunset maps, and more make the IRCA a must-join for any AMDXer. For more information, log on to ircaonline.org. That's ircaonline.org.
Through crashes of static in quiet hours, we listen. In languages we can scarcely understand, and of places we have only visited in our dreams, we listen. Incessantly, we perfect our array of aerials, receivers, and resources. We refine our skills and our techniques so that we might listen. We are DX Central, and we're all about radio. Visit us at dxcentralonline.com or check us out on YouTube. Search DX Central.
With DX Central. Follow us on Twitter at DX Central.
From the DX Central North Shore Studios, this is DXC Live. Now here's your host, Lloyd Van Horn.
DX Central Live, right here from the North Shore Studios in Mandeville, Louisiana. And we're getting to wrap up week 17 of our medium wave frequency challenge, getting ready to dive into week 18 and seeing what we can hear on a new frequency here. And so we prepare now. We're getting ready to get into our top of the hour time frame. We'll be launching the alert here in just a few moments. But first, let's go ahead and talk about our new frequency of the week. Seeing some good guesses in here. We've got 1600, Some folks saying 1,000, something between 1,250 and 1,460, 950. We have a 1,230 mention here. Anything from 1,000 on up. All right. So there we go. All right. So let's talk about this week, week 18. I've got some stuff on store a little bit different than what we normally have been doing the last couple of weeks. We've been kind of doing like we did 540 this week. We did the range from, 783 or 693 to 783 before that. And when I'm doing these ranges, I try to incorporate the 9 kilohertz split, folks, so that if our friends overseas, this is not a U.S. only thing. A lot of folks think it's just U.S. only, I guess, because we've been doing kind of U.S. freaks for the most part, which is fine. And that's just to make sure that we have a lot of folks able to join in. But I want our overseas folks to join in, too. We had someone a couple weeks ago do some from Australia, which was awesome. We know we had some folks do some stuff in the Pacific Northwest, which is usual. But no, I like to see some of those kind of other things, other folks kind of getting stuff in there, because I want you to be able to see some of the other stuff that's out there. So, and also for them to be able to maybe participate and hear what they can hear from us, from their side of the pond, and kind of encourage that involvement. So I try to do these kind of ranges whenever I can. And plus, for me, personally, I think they're a lot of fun. It kind of keeps my interest a little bit. One frequency sometimes, especially like this week, 540, every time it was the same 3 stations, same 3 stations, same 3 stations. So we're going to go back with another range this week because I know you guys enjoy them. I love them. And Carl called it. Carl, you called it. We're going from 999 to 1053. We're not doing the full thousands. We're kind of cutting it in half from 999 to 1053. Because I looked at my totals, 1,000 kilohertz, I don't have a lot there. 1010, 1020, 1030, 1040, 1050, I don't have a lot. I haven't really spent a lot of time on these frequencies because, 1020, I think it's usually going to be either New Mexico or Pittsburgh for me here in Louisiana. 1030 is going to be probably a little bit of Boston in there. Maybe something like Corpus Christi or something like that. 1040 is WHO, right? I haven't spent a lot of time here because there's such dominant stations, kind of like what we saw in that 700 series. But I think 999 to 1053, we have a regional, a Mexican clear, U.S. regional in there. We've got some clear stations in there. We've got some opportunities for some international DX. And again, by having that full range, we can allow our 9 kilohertz friends to join in the fun as well. So 999 to 1053. So let me go ahead now, and we're going to drop the let's drop the form link here in the chat. That way you guys can get started here and start getting the loggings in. So let's go ahead and jump up and do some loggings. We're going to do a top of the hour alert, but don't forget this hour of live AMDX is brought to you in part by National Radio Club. NationalRadioClub.org is a website for more information about becoming a member. Let's do this, guys. Top of the hour time now. We're going to go spin the dials on the Perseus. Or just spin the track bar or the little scrolly wheel. That's what we're doing nowadays, right? Let's go up to 1,000 kilohertz and see what we got. We're on the North Wire on the Perseus. Let's go.
On any given day, they can change their mind, as you well know. But I'll say
good job, Carl and Charles.
Not at all.
And,
oh, Mike, absolutely. I did that the week I was in California.
To not predict with the
I did California and Mandeville. So, absolutely. Have fun with it. But yeah, Carl and Charles both mentioned the thousands here. And Carl specifically said anything from 1,000 up. So there you go, my friend. Let's have some fun with it. All right, so what do we have here? We've got KTOK in Oklahoma City. We've got WMVP up in Chicago. Those are two very routinely heard stations here in Louisiana. And we have XEOY Radio Mil down in Mexico, who makes a big appearance here as well on the south side. We have Radio Artemisa, sorry, I always get that wrong. Another outlet from them down in Cuba. I want that so bad, Earl. I want Seattle so bad from here. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off, but I want that because I'm having a hard time getting through Oklahoma City. I want Seattle bad. So I'm going to throw everything I've got at that this week. Now KNWN. Used to be KOMO, K-O-M-O. When last time I was in California, they were still KOMO. So now those air checks I have on my YouTube channel here are more archive and relics than they are current and relevant. So we've got 2 stations here. We've got a talk station, probably Oklahoma City. Chicago is the ESPN down here below, ESPN 1000.
A lot of them are pretty good about getting back to you. Sometimes in some agencies they drag their feet and they take a while. But I always start with that's where I start.
Southwest London, Rose State College, and the University of Oklahoma. Thank you for your time. Have a great week.
Good to talk to you.
Thank you. I'm Gwen Louise Calder-Falcon, and I believe that gratitude is everything. Thank you all for listening. Let's meet back here Sunday night.
It's amazing to me how loud. Well, I guess they're pretty north-south on their antenna pattern, is my understanding, right? Out of Seattle. Let me pull it up.
You're listening to 1000 KTOK.
There we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. The nighttime coverage. So yeah, here's their nighttime coverage antenna pattern as shown on Radio Locator. You can see some of the nulls here. There is a nice little lobe going towards the southeast though, so that could potentially give me something, but they're pretty loud in Lake Forest. I mean, they're one of the, I guess, more dominant regular stations that I heard when I was in California, so. Sometimes quite often, I'm pretty jealous of you northern latitude folks because you're actually closer in some of these areas here to Seattle than I am down here. I mean, even if we're on the same latitude, even if we're on the same kind of this, yeah, we're not on the same this. You get that much closer up there. I guess KTOK is going to sit here and play this song, this bumper music for a minute. But yeah, 1000, I've got 2 stations on. 1020, I've got 2. 1040, I've got 2. 1050, I've got 2. I just haven't put any time on these.
Use Radio 1000 KTOK AM and KXXY FM 96.1 HD2, Oklahoma City.
The attack on Mariupol continues. I'm Laura Cantor, Fox News. The United Nations refugees.
So we got a nice Oklahoma ID there.
10 million people have been displaced from their home in Ukraine or have fled the country. Russian military continuing its destruction of Ukraine.
Let's go back here on 1010 and see what we caught there. I don't guess I have anything. Have I not logged the Mexicans on 1010 yet? No, I got Florida. I got Garyville, Louisiana, daytime. And I got Waco, Texas. That's all I have here on 1010 so far. Didn't hear any ID there. Let me back up a little. Yeah, it's crazy. This is why I haven't really spent a lot of time here yet, I guess. Although I have heard 3. No, I don't have anything down here yet, out of Mexico yet, Rick. I don't know why. I guess because I haven't spent any time, but I'm guessing that's who I have here. Out of Guadalajara here. I guess that's who this Spanish Sports is. Haven't gotten Atlanta yet. See if I can tweak my... Oh, that's right. I think... Which station was it in Jacksonville that went to Spanish Sports? I forget which... I don't think it was JX. Maybe it was JXL. Nice ID from KBW there. That was a beautiful ID out of those guys. I wish I could remember which Jacksonville. It might have been JXL that went to Spanish Deportes.
2:55 left to go. Offensive board and a second chance point, no good. So Miami's going to get this. We are running in the opposite direction. Hurricanes up by 12. It looks like a turnover there. And halftime, 36-30. Purdue up on top of the Longhorns at the break. So these are our final 3 games of the day in terms of the NCAA tournament. Again, we will keep you up to date on these games as they are on during our show today. And, of course, I don't know how late they go next Sunday. But if they are on, we will keep you up to date. And to keep you up to date on all of those, Will Hill, Point Per Weekly contributor, is going to be with us in about 10 minutes from now. So we shift back to the association as all these games have reached commercial break. Let's talk a little bit about Monday, because Monday's schedule is actually really freaking good. There's a lot of games, carry a lot of weight. Teams on second legs back-to-back, so it'll be tough to read into the injury report. But wanted to start with...
Let's go back and see what we did catch on 10:20. Ooh. Some noise. Normally we've got 1020 here out of New Mexico. That's been the dominant station, Radio Visión Cristiana on 1020. Let's see. 10:30. We've got Corpus here quite a few times. Mexico, XEQR. Hear Boston in there. It's 10:30, so I heard Boston in there a week. I've got probably here Mexico. I've heard Corpus as well before here. KCTA, pretty loud, especially at sunset. 10:40 is Des Moines. But we've got something else here as well. Is that Cuba?
Start Monday and continue much of the week. This is severe weather week in Iowa, and the National Weather Service is holding a statewide tornado drill Wednesday
Florida,
morning at
maybe
10.
southern Florida.
Police are investigating a bar shooting. Police say 2 people showed up at
That's probably who it is.
with gunshot wounds after the shooting Saturday night at Whiskey River on Ingersoll. Police say started.
Pairs of eyes looking at your next sale bill. That's how.
This is John to look up to yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts. Preparing movies.
So yeah, WHO is going to be dominant here.
Get started at ready.gov/.
They're a lot louder here than they used to be in South Carolina. Love to get Vancouver though.
Top stories from Des Moines news, traffic, and severe weather stations. News Radio 1040 WHO.
I think vast majority of our DXers should be able to get HO. I would probably dare say that's going to be our most heard station of the week. And 1050, we got Mexico down here, XEG. And you can see what it looks like here on the map. So much here from 1050. I would say this will probably be the most logged frequency. Most logging is coming off of this frequency. Most heard station probably going to be Des Moines. So yeah, we've got some good stuff here, guys. I think we've got some really interesting DX that we can glean from this week. Again, the frequency of the week, 999 to 1053. That whole range there. Incorporating the 9 kilohertz in there so that our overseas friends can help participate if they want to. But 999 to 1053, that's what we're going to be looking at here for this week's medium wave frequency challenge. So hopefully you guys hear some good stuff, some new ones maybe in there, if you're so lucky and able to, there we go, pull some new stuff in. We're going to go ahead and cut it short tonight, guys. I got some stuff I got to do for the day job and other things, so give you a chance to go out and get started on doing some DX. I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat here for us for the new frequency of the week. I'll here in a few moments put it up on social media as well, that everyone has a chance to jump in. 999 to 1053. Let's see what you guys can hear this week. It's a great range. There's a lot of stuff in there, especially on the 1050, and I would say probably 1,000. 1010 might be some good ones in there for us as well. Or maybe 1020, 1030, 1040. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe some good stuff in Latin America there for you. As always, my friends, thank you for jumping into the live stream, and your support continues to amaze me and humble me. So thank you so much for being here. We only have a handful of shows left after now. This is number 7. We got 6 left after tonight. So May 1st will be our final episode of Season 2, and then we'll be getting ready for FMDX season and gearing up for Season 3 this fall. So thank you to everyone from the North Shore Studios here in Mandeville, Louisiana. Take care, my friends. Good night. Best of DX 73, and take care.